Hi friends. This is Ben and John with my smart team at Exit Realty First, and we are bringing you another Wednesday weekly update. Exciting stuff that we get to talk about this week.
March the 4th.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yeah. We want to talk about the first week of every month. We're going to kind of circle back and talk about what happened the previous month in real estate, specifically in regard to our business, how we saw the market change and fluctuate. And there were a few fluctuations through the month of February, weren't there?
Yep. What was different from the month of January was the first week of January was just dead. In the second week, buyers looking to buy houses, and then in February, houses that had been on the market that had no activity were getting activity again, and that's a good thing. So the market in February is a lot like the market we would typically see in maybe the end of March, first part of April. It's like spring was here.
Yeah.
And the weather was incredible.
It was really incredible.
January we had, I think, 0 days with sunshine. February we had a lot of days with sunshine, and that just gave people the motivation, the impetus to get out and enjoy the sun. And it felt like spring to them. So it did bring about a spring buying market type of feel to the market overall. So February is a great month. Yeah,
February was a great month. So in our business, we onboarded, I think, 5 new buyers in the month of February. And maybe I think it was 7 new buyers in the month of February. And we brought a number of listings to the market too. And every single listing that we brought to the market went under contract. Every new listing that came to the market in February went under contract.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. It was
just absolutely wild. Yeah.
So Ben, I see a piece of paper laying here.
It has a few different elements on it. It talks about the difference in assessed value for the house that I actually bought. I bought a house in August this last year, and whenever we go to a closing, there's a form that the homeowner fills out if it's a house that they're planning to live in, that the title company files for them. It allows them to claim their principal residency exemption, that homeowners who are occupying the house that they own are allowed to get.
What if I own 2 homes? Can I get 2?
No. It has to be your primary residence. So if you owned a house in Michigan and lived here for 8 months and lived down in Florida for 3 months of the year, your primary residence would still be your Michigan residence, and you would only be able to get your principal residency exemption in Michigan.
I think it's 6 months and 1 day.
6 months and 1 day more. So the majority of the year you have to live in that principal residence. So I obviously live in my home, and when I purchased my house, we needed to get our principal residency exemption, but we don't have it right now. This form that I got informed me that I have a 0% principal residency exemption, which should be 100%. Now, what this does is it actually increases my tax bill by 40% because the full 18 mills that are leveraged by the public school are leveraged against properties that are not owner occupied. So I need to go to the township, or to the city actually, and say, hey, I actually live in this house, fill out a form and show them that I live in the house and get my principal residency exemption.
It's called Board of Review.
Right.
March Board of Review.
Yeah.
Cities and townships differ from community to community. For instance, here in Jackson, you actually have to go in and fill out a petition to go to the Board of Review.
Right.
Some of the townships, you just show up. Township that we used to live in, you just go show up. The township I currently live in now, you have to make an appointment to go, and you can't miss that time. And it's not the entire month of March. So check with the city or the township that you live in to see what your capabilities for meeting with the Board of Review are. Then you need to do this because you need that principal residential exemption.
Absolutely, I do.
And in addition to not having that, your taxes went up because your assessed value went up.
Yes.
Also.
Yeah.
So it's important when you get this thing that says this is not a tax bill, review it. If you look at it and say, what in the world? Please contact Ben or myself. We'd be delighted to sit down with you and go over that with you and show you what you should do.
Yes.
I had a client that called Tuesday, I think it was. who got a tax bill, and they went up about 30% more than what the assessed value should be. I said, well, you need to schedule a time to go to the Board of Review.
Right.
And you need to take your settlement statement showing the purchase price, and you need to take the appraisal showing the appraised value. The township was a little bit on the aggressive side, let's say.
Yeah, yeah, with their actual value for their property.
Oh, yeah. So,
yeah.
So what's coming up this week? This week.
Yeah, coming up in 2 days is the Jackson Antique and Flea Market Show. So, yeah, fleas, exactly. Yeah. Well, I think that's it for us for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate that we get to be your real estate experts. And if you do have any questions about taxation, about what's going on in the market, we would love to have just a dialogue with you. Even if you're not in the home buying mode, it's important to know what real estate is doing, because it's a huge investment that you make. It's not just a house you live in, it's an investment that you make in it. So we would love to have a conversation with you about buying, about selling, about the health of the market in general. Yeah.
Hey, we'll see you next week. Take care.
Thanks. Are you an antiquer?
I am not.
Okay, you may be an antique though.
I feel like an antique. What